What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's rebuild, we're doing the Sacramento Kings, and we're drafting Jalen Johnson on top of that. When I tell you this rebuild ended up being a banger, I mean it. It was an absolute banger. We made the Sacramento Kings a respectable team again. That's all you could really ask for. The Sacramento Kings have been in a playoff drought for so long. It seems like they've been stuck in the middle for so long, or barely outside of the playoffs. You guys get it. It's been a very tough time for Sacramento Kings fans. So today I sought out to help this team out and bring them back to the postseason and possibly win a championship today. If you guys enjoy this rebuild, smash that like button. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already. 6% of you watch this probably aren't even subscribed. And I'm sitting here, man, like, what is going on? Why aren't we subscribed? Like, we watching and we're not subbed, man? Go ahead and hit that sub button. Other than that, guys, I really do hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys enjoy this banger of a video. Jalen Johnson, Sacramento Kings rebuild. The Sacramento Kings are one of those teams to me that just feels like I'm not sure what they're doing every time I think about them. So today, of course, we started off with the 9th pick in this draft, and we went ahead and selected Jalen Johnson, what most of you wanted in this draft. Like I said, Jalen Johnson got drafted here. So that's the big move for the Sacramento Kings as far as the draft's concerned. Jalen Johnson shows up to Sacramento, and he becomes the 9th pick. So with that, you have Jalen Johnson coming to Sacramento. And then you got player options to worry about, and players on this team that just seem like they've had their stay here and it has not worked out. Of course, Marvin Bagley being the one I'm really talking about here. They went ahead and drafted drafted Marvin Bagley over Luka Doncic, and now you understand what kind of career Luka Doncic is having in Dallas. You kind of wonder what he could have maybe done for Sacramento had they gone the other route. But unfortunately, they've been with Marvin Bagley, who's been very underwhelming. Injuries have plagued him. He's not been good when healthy, or I mean, he's been okay when healthy, but nothing crazy. And it just feels for me that it is time to move on from Marvin Bagley for Sacramento. I mean, there's just a lot of guys here that I feel like Sacramento should just try to move on from, whether it's Harrison Barnes, Buddy Hield, or Marvin Bagley. Those are the guys that I feel like this team just needs to kind of just, you need to roll forward with, like De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton. Of course, you just drafted Jalen Johnson. And it's time to speed run this team, man. I feel like De'Aaron Fox has been here for quite some time to where eventually, I feel like this guy is going to get tired of not doing anything, right? I mean, like Devin Booker, became very active in saying that, but obviously, eventually, the Suns got it together. They're almost one game away from the NBA Finals. Whether they make it, we'll see. But that could be an interesting situation with De'Aaron Fox and how impatient he might get, or he may just be one of those guys that will just stick it out. You just don't know. But I honestly kind of want to start this video off after we've drafted Jalen Johnson with the Marvin Bagley trade, just because, yeah, Sacramento could keep him, but I feel like it's honestly time for this guy to just get a change of scenery, man. Like, there's just been, his dad has said stuff about getting him out of Sacramento. He just liked to tweet about someone saying we need Marvin Bagley out of Sacramento. It's not a good look. It's just time to get rid of him. What would they get in return for him? I have no idea. I can't imagine his value is that great on the open market, to be honest, because like I said, the injuries have plagued him. So he needs to change scenery. Let's start things off with the Marvin Bagley trade. That way we can kind of move on and move forward with what we want to do here for this Sacramento Kings franchise. People also pointed out to me that the Kings should try to trade for Kristaps Porzingis, just because the Dallas Mavericks are in a situation where they're like, you know, it seems like they're not sure whether to keep Porzingis around. So maybe the Dallas Mavericks would be getting, would be interested in getting a shooter like Buddy Hield next to Luka Doncic, and then taking a flyer on Marvin Bagley. Like I said, the man may just need a change of scenery. Maybe in Dallas, he just pops off and is like just really good. And he's still very young. So, and of course, he came out of the same draft as Luka Doncic. So those guys are going to be kind of on the same timeline. And then, of course, Dallas gets rid of Porzingis, who they're just, not too excited about anymore. So it'd be like a Robert Wood or Buddy Hield, Marvin Bagley for Kristaps Porzingis. They actually do not agree to that just yet. Okay, what if I threw in, also I'll throw in like this guy as well. They still don't agree. Okay. Well, I guess maybe one pick might get this done. 2023 unprotected. And no, they still are not down trade Kristaps Porzingis, which I'm a little shocked by, because I thought for sure Porzingis would be kind of easy to get here. But so far, they finally budged. We just threw in 2 seconds to kind of make them accept the trade. So ideally, in real life, I think it'd be kind of a Marvin Bagley, Buddy Hield, maybe a player, maybe one pick for Porzingis. I don't know, but I feel like it probably could have been a lot cheaper than it was here in 2K, so just bear that in mind. But the main point was to get rid of Marvin Bagley and Buddy Hield. It sucks we had to trade that 2023 pick as well. I would have felt better if we didn't, to be honest, but it is what it is. Porzingis is here in Sacramento, and that gives you kind of a guy that you can kind of rely on to maybe fast forward this rebuild that Sacramento's been on for so long. Maybe Porzingis comes over here and has a really good role next to De'Aaron Fox. So that's kind of what Sacramento would hope for, because I mean, Sacramento is one of those teams that needs to take they need to take a chance. I mean, this team has just been stuck in the middle or whatever it may be for so long. Porzingis thing is not totally out of the realm of possibility. I honestly kind of love that if they wanted to do something like that, and some people were suggesting it to me in the comments, so I thought, you know, honestly, that sounds kind of fun. So you'd have a backcourt of De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton. Of course, you just drafted Jalen Johnson. Harrison Barnes, you could also try to trade him if you really wanted to. I feel like there's probably some team that may be interested in him. I'm just not really sure what kind of trade you're gonna get. To be honest with you, I might just keep him here for now, just because he is a 3-and-D wing that you could just kind of have. And then Porzingis at the center spot. And we all know Richaun Holmes was really good for them as well, so maybe we move Porzingis to the 4. Then, you know, that's what he kind of plays usually, so we'll have that. And then I guess last but not least is you kind of resign Richaun Holmes to a big deal, maybe, just depending on, because he was actually pretty good for Sacramento. So depending if I'm able to resign him. I'm actually not able to resign him. Okay. I'll give him if I can't give him this much money, then okay, so we are not able to resign Richaun Holmes. We don't have the bird rights. I'm not sure if Sacramento would have the bird rights of him in real life. I imagine they would, but in 2K it's not giving them to me. And I'm not gonna go crazy over you know, Richaun Holmes. So if we lose him, we lose him, because there's a chance Richaun Holmes just takes a contract elsewhere, right? So I think the only thing I could do is just sign a big man. You bring DeMarcus Cousins back to Sacramento, but I'm not gonna do that. Whiteside. Okay, well, with that all being done, I think, I mean, the best thing for us to do is probably just sign a power forward and move Porzingis back to center. So what power forward are we going to sign? Actually, to be honest, it's probably going to have to be like move Harrison Barnes to the 4 kind of thing, and then have Porzingis play center, just because Richaun Holmes would have been cool and all to have, but I think Harrison Barnes, you know, will play that power forward spot. He's done it before, so we'll have him play the 4, or we could even have Jalen Johnson play the power forward. It really doesn't matter. So I'll have Barnes at the 4, Porzingis at the 5, Jalen Johnson at the 3, and then Halliburton, DeLon Wright. So, and then you kind of need some backup wings, and then you're going into the next season looking like a very interesting roster. So you can sign like Duncan Robinson, Brent Forbes, who've been pretty impressive for their teams. Honestly, Duncan Robinson would be nice for Sacramento to get, but I think I'm going to sign like Torrey Craig. Alec Burks honestly would be nice off the bench for this kind of team as well. I feel like Alec Burks has played in Sacramento. Am I tripping or not? I feel like he has. It's not telling me, but I don't remember for sure. So we'll sign Alec Burks to be our backup small forward, just because he's really nice in real life. Batum, I don't imagine we want to come to Sacramento. You got Langston Galloway, I guess, who could be, you know, a nice backup shooting guard potentially. So we'll sign Langston Galloway. And then David Nwamba is also here, so we'll just give him a nice backup deal. And boom, just like that, you kind of have some nice backup wings you can kind of rely on, and I kind of like where we're going with this. So Porzingis is kind of the big move this offseason. You got rid of Marvin Bagley, you got rid of Buddy Hield, and you package that in to getting a guy who needs to change scenery himself in Porzingis, because it just wasn't working in Dallas. And then Harrison Barnes right now is the power forward for at least for now. So I kind of like where we're going with this. We're going to go ahead going into this next season with the expectations of finally getting this team to the playoffs, man. It's been so long since Sacramento has tasted the playoffs. I want to get them there in this video, of course. So training camps that we can kind of use. Untapped potential, we only have 2. So this first one is going to go to Tyrese Halliburton, of course. And then I think the other one, we honestly might throw it at, we could throw it at Jalen Johnson. Probably throw it at Jalen Johnson. Okay. Throw it at Jalen Johnson. Power ranking lands us at number 27. So this, you know, the power rankings aren't too high on us. And then I know Kings fans, some may want Luke Walton fired. We haven't heard anything about that this offseason, so I'm not really sure if that's going to happen. So I just decided to kind of keep him here. So we'll probably fire him next season if things don't go well. But for now, we're excited with what we got. We made a few changes. Can we make the playoffs here in season number 1? That's kind of the goal in mind. Finally get this team to the playoffs. If we can't do it this season, Luke Walton will be fired, and then there will be some more personnel changes, of course. Of course, a disappointing season is going to lead to more changes in the offseason. I had a feeling this could happen. I kind of wanted to just kind of see what would happen. And unfortunately, we're still in the mix where we do not want to see this team, you know, we don't want to see this team in the lottery anymore. That's not what Sacramento fans or the Sacramento Kings want anymore. It'd be different if this team was tanking, but I mean, this team hasn't been tanking for quite some time. But something that was pretty cool is Jalen Johnson had a really nice season, 17 points per game, so you'll take that. De'Aaron Fox with 22, Kristaps Porzingis with 23, and even Alec Burks had a very nice 6-man role as far as 16 points per game off the bench. You would definitely take that, 42% shooting, so you love to see that. Tyrese Halliburton with 11, Harrison Barnes with 9.8, and DeLon Wright with 7.8 off the bench. But yeah, we're once again out of the playoffs, and we land ourselves in the lottery. So a lottery pick here will be helpful, but it just, you know, obviously it's time to get this team to the playoffs. It's just time. It's been a long time coming. Let's get it this offseason. So draft lottery. We're here once more, one last time. We're gonna be in the lottery. We're top 4 protected, or not? No, top 4 projected, I should say. So let's go ahead and watch the draft lottery real quick. The Houston Rockets get number 14. Okay, I'm just kind of hoping we stay in the top 4, because that would be really nice if we could stay in the top 4 right now. So number 13, the Charlotte Hornets. Okay, we got number 12 going to Orlando Magic. So it looks like there's no surprises so far. That's good. I kind of wanted to skip this, but I feel like every time you actually watch a draft lottery, things just seem to go better for you. So, you know, got 11 with the Indiana Pacers. No surprises thus far. That's good. The Hawks, once again, no surprises. All right, so we're getting into the top 10 now, with the Atlanta Hawks being announced at number 10 via the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Wizards, you know, get the 9th pick. Okay, all right. Well, I'm just excited to see if we maybe jump into the top 3. Hopefully we don't, you know, fall down. Toronto Raptors, looks like we do. Okay, so no surprises still to this point. All right, this is where we get to the top 7. Number 7, we got Cleveland. That is prediction. It will stay that way. We're gonna get 2 more picks before they announce number 4. Number 5 is gonna be the Golden State, or number 6, I should say, will be the Golden State Warriors. Okay, number 5 will be the. Okay, so did something. Okay, the Timberwolves jumped into the top 4. It looks like. So Thunder get the 5th pick. All right. Timberwolves have leapfrogged in this top 4. Okay, there's a surprise. I thought we were projected the 4th pick, but it looks like it's going to the Houston Rockets. Okay, awesome. And then number 3, what pick? Okay, the 3rd pick goes to Sacramento Kings. We get the 3rd pick. So it was the Spurs. All right, we'll take that. Sacramento, we got the 3rd pick in the draft. We'll take that. So number 3 is really nice to have, the 3rd pick. It would have nice been to have number 1, but we'll take it. Of course, this guy's gone. We got to get rid of him. Luke Walton, bye. Okay. Our trainer's actually not too bad, but I'd rather just have an A trainer, of course. We'll go ahead and fire our assistant, or our head scout as well. As far as head coach is concerned, I mean, at this point, I don't want to just sign someone that's going to leapfrog us into the playoffs. I mean, just get somebody who might make us, you know, a playoff team. So Frank Vogel is someone I see. Wouldn't mind him. Mike D'Antoni, could be interesting. You got Steven. What else you got? Mike D'Antoni would probably get us to the playoffs. Chauncey Billups, of course, is the Portland Trailblazers head coach now. Kenny Atkinson. I think I'm going to go and get weird, and I think I'm going to sign Mike D'Antoni. Yes, we are. Mike D'Antoni is going to be our head coach. Mike D'Antoni has had a great success of getting teams into the postseason, obviously. So that would be something Sacramento should obviously be interested in. So we're going to grab 2 assistants, and that is going to be our coaching staff. We're going to go to the draft now with the 3rd pick. And honestly, man, power forward here is probably important, or center. Chet Holmgren would have been nice here. We're going to jump into this 3rd pick and kind of see what's here. So as far as number 3, we got Chet Holmgren going number 1, Baldwin number 2. We have Jaden Hardy still on the board, so we could take Jaden Hardy, and then you could kind of have. Okay, so Jaden Hardy would actually be a really nice shooting guard. Kendall Brown, Paulo Bonchero. One thing I am kind of interested in, though, is I kind of want to see, you know, what a 3rd pick and maybe Harrison Barnes thrown together could get me. Because obviously this team is definitely kind of, you know, we're ready to make the postseason. So Sabonis popped up. Chet Holmgren, if we traded up, we trade 2026. And I'm not doing that. Baldwin actually could be really nice for Minnesota. We get Malik Beasley as well. I mean, I think we just go ahead and take Jaden Hardy here. Despite having, yeah, I'm doing it. I think despite having Tyrese Halliburton, Jaden Hardy makes a ton of sense here. He comes in actually really good. So player options, Tyrese Halliburton and Ramsey. Qualifying offers, Justin James. Sure. And then free agency is definitely something that's, you know, pretty important to us. Delon Wright is a free agent. Wouldn't mind him back as a backup center, or backup point guard, I should say. All right, so I think our big acquisition is going to come via trade with, you know, Harrison Barnes. So Harrison Barnes, it's time to get rid of you. I don't know, you know, what I could throw alongside with you, but if I could just get something other than you, that would be kind of ideal here. So let me see. I get Willie, Hernan Gomez, and that's offered me DeAndre Jordan, Monte Morris, Steven Adams from the Pelicans, Jakob Poeltl, Hassan Whiteside from the Spurs, Frank Kaminsky, Rashawn Holmes from the Thunder. So maybe the Thunder, you know, honestly, it would have been nice to sign Rashawn Holmes to begin with. So maybe Sacramento's like, hey, why don't we get Mr. Rashawn Holmes back? But I feel like the Thunder would only do this, of course, if they were getting some kind of pick in return. So let's say like you throw in a lottery protected 2024 pick or something. I don't know. Or Rashawn. I mean, I don't know if I love doing this. So let's say, what about instead of them throwing a second, we just throw seconds at them? That would probably be, you know, a little bit better. Boom. Okay, so we don't trade it first. We get Rashawn Holmes back, which would have been nice to have to begin with to start this video off. So Rashawn Holmes is our big man. Jaden Hardy, Tyrese Halliburton, of course. Got Jalen Johnson, Alec Burks, David Nwaba, Porzingis, Rashawn Holmes. So all I'm really looking at now is just getting like a power forward, backup, Daniel Tice, Chandler Hutchinson. Actually would be kind of nice to be, you know, a nice backup power forward for us. So let's sign him. And then I think also we'll sign DeLon Wright. And then we'll be ready for this next season, man. Hopefully this next season, we finally are able to get into the postseason. That's kind of been the goal this whole time. So with these new acquisitions, can we finally get this team into the postseason? That is what we want to do. So player progression, Justin James back, 91, 90, 86, 84. I got Jaden Hardy coming in, Alec Burks. All right, man. Here we go, man. Going into season number 2 with these new changes. Also, we're going to have 3 training camps. I don't know if we're going to win a championship or anything like that, but man, oh man, I just want to get this team into the postseason. It's been so damn long. Untapped potential, what can we throw? So untapped potential, I'm going to throw it at Halliburton. I'll throw this other one at Jalen Johnson, and I'll throw the last one at, honestly, I might throw it at Porzingis. Actually, he's an A+ already. Let's throw it at Jaden Hardy, why not? All right, so going this next season, we are power ranked number 5, so that could definitely help us out. De'Aaron Fox, Jaden Hardy, Jalen Johnson, Porzingis, Rashawn Holmes, Tyrese Halliburton, Alec Burks, DeLon Wright, and David Nwaba, Chandler Hutchinson. I'm going to run a 9-man rotation personally. Proficiency, we're sitting at a 4-star. Can we make the playoffs this season? That is the hope, man. Let's go ahead and celebrate season number 2 and hope for a postseason berth. Season, we finally got this team over 500 and in a top 4 seed in the playoffs, man. That's what you want to see. That was my goal throughout this whole video, is to get this team back into the postseason. Obviously, on top of that, you kind of want to win a championship when you do a rebuild. So, All-NBA first team, Trae Young, Kyrie, LeBron, Giannis. All-NBA second team, All-NBA third team. Porzingis makes an All-NBA third team, so that's actually a really nice sight to see. Especially on a contract year, I'm sure he's soaking it all in and saying, hey, I deserve to get paid this offseason. He does have a player option, so maybe he'll take it. We'll see. Actually, very interestingly, we are playing the Dallas Mavericks. So we had 23 from Porzingis, 21 Fox, 18 from Jaden Hardy, and a very nice 17 points per game from Jalen Johnson, 13 from Tyrese Halliburton. So, I mean, this team is definitely looking very nice. Very, very nice. So, yeah, the Dallas Mavericks. Let's see if they did hang on to Buddy Hield, so I'm sure he's been really nice. Have Serge Ibaka, Bobby Portis. Do they still have Marvin Bagley, though? They do not. So they did not keep Marvin Bagley. Okay. Definitely. They did keep Buddy Hield at least. So I wonder what he's kind of doing for them. 18 points per game is definitely pretty nice for them. So, all right, man. We're playing the Dallas Mavericks. Or, yeah, the Dallas Mavericks. So we get to play Luka Doncic. And Kristaps Porzingis maybe gets revenge on his former team. Can we beat them? So many current round against the Dallas Mavericks. And it is a 7-game series. We were up 3-1. But unfortunately, we're going to go home in 7 to the Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic is just too good. And the Pelicans are going to go on to win the championship. What a surprise, right? Pelicans are always so damn good. So, draft lottery time. Of course, this year we're not going to have our draft pick. The Mavericks actually have it from the Porzingis trade. But hey, it's only the 22nd pick, so I feel pretty good. And, you know, Kings fans should feel pretty good. They finally don't have to worry about, you know, being in the lottery. So that's kind of what I'm happy about as well. So, 22nd pick in the second round doesn't affect me too much. We're going to go straight to rookie signing, because we might get a good, I don't know, Andre Jackson. I guess we can sign him. Player options. Porzingis actually declined, so he is looking for a bigger payday, it looks like. And I mean, I feel like as a GM here, I can't afford to really lose him. We have Justin James. Porzingis is asking for $42 million. I mean, he's been pretty good for us, so I don't, like I said, I don't want to lose him, so I'll just go ahead and give him his money. Kristaps Porzingis, welcome back to Sacktown. And then, all right, looking at the roster to kind of reflect on it. So we have De'Aaron Fox, DeLon Wright, Tyrese Halliburton, Jaden Hardy, Jalen Johnson, Andre Jackson, Porzingis, Chandler Hutchinson, and Rashawn Holmes at the center spot. So we can maybe use an upgrade at the backup point guard or backup small forward or backup center. So I see Kendrick Nunn. Alec Burks was nice for us, but maybe we can kind of look elsewhere. Then Dwight Powell is here, Kim Birch. Okay, and I also see Kendrick Nunn, who actually might be better than DeLon Wright as a backup point guard right now. So if I can get Kendrick Nunn, boom, we got Kendrick Nunn. So what I'm going to do with DeLon Wright is I'm actually going to trade him for either a small forward or center. Or Chris Boucher was interesting as well. Nerlens as well. We trade a second. Boom, just like that. Kendrick Nunn, De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton, Jaden Hardy, Andre Jackson, Jalen Johnson, Chandler Hutchinson, Rashawn Holmes, Once in a while. Let's go ahead, man. Go into this next season with our heads held high. We got plenty of player progression to treat us very well this next season. I have a good feeling about making the playoffs once again and potentially even going all the way to the conference finals or winning a championship. The final season, Nikola Jokic comes out as the MVP for the Oklahoma City Thunder. So yeah, Jokic in Oklahoma City is definitely very interesting. And of course, Mike D'Antoni, coach of the year for the Sacramento Kings roster, 60-22. It feels good to be on top, but you guys know it isn't too good to be on top. Sometimes it doesn't always mean greatness. 20 points from Porzingis, 20 from Jaden Hardy, 22 from Jalen Johnson, starting to really establish himself as a great player here, and then De'Aaron Fox with 24. I mean, literally everyone is at 89 overall and above. We have 5 players who are 89 overall and above. So yeah, it feels pretty good. I feel like we have a really good chance to win a championship here. So we are playing the Phoenix Suns, who have Sky Clark. So definitely, you know, a nice safe seed. We should be able to take advantage, though, and beat them somewhat in current round, and we sweep them. So that's a good start. And now we get to play the team that just won the championship last year. They also have a very good roster and 98 overall including. So this could be tough. So many current round against Pelicans, and it's a tie series. So we're going to go to Simcast just because it's the Pelicans, and I'm nervous. We all know the Pelicans are kind of the powerhouse here in 2K as you keep simulating. They're just a tough team to beat just because of how many young guys they have. And we're down 3-2. All right, man. Can we please not lose in the second round? Come on, man. I want to win a championship for the Sacramento Kings. Wow, we're getting blown out, aren't we? Oh, actually, it's not. It's actually kind of a close game. We might be able to come back here in the end. Come on. Come on, 2K. Let me do this. Nope, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. All right, man. It looks like we're not going to win a championship. Okay. Yeah, we're not winning. Okay. So the Pelicans are going to go on to win the championship most likely again. Let's go ahead and book it. And no, the Rockets did. Okay, so the Houston Rockets going to win the championship. Unfortunately, we didn't win a championship with the Sacramento Kings, but at the end of the day, we definitely got this team to respectable once again, which is all you can really ask for. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely leave it a like if you did. But for now, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace.